The evolving rock scene in Nashville. Rock, metal, all sorts of hardcore. You're talking about everything that's not country. This is Music City. A lot of different things, not just one thing, many. Hi everyone, Mark Ali here. When people hear Nashville, they instantly think of country music. It's no secret that Nashville is the world famous mecca for country music, the heart of country music. But what many don't realize is this city has a deep-rooted history in pushing musical boundaries, and not always in the way that pleased the country music purists. Imagine if those early gatekeepers knew that Nashville would someday become a hotbed for rock and roll and metal, they might have had a meltdown. Yet here we are. With Nashville's rock and metal scene thriving like never before, it's become such a thing that everyone from around the country has moved here because of it. In 2025, it's only going to get bigger. When I first moved to town in 2014, I noticed that rock had already started weaving itself into the fabric of Nashville's music culture. Artists like Jason Aldean with drummer Rich Redmond and Tully Kennedy were, amongst many, blending rock elements into country music. Sensibilities of rock, hard-edge type of stuff that made music change from not just your traditional country to something a little bit more edgier and something more robust. So if you even go as further back, even legends like Charlie Daniels were known for their progressive takes on country, adding rock influence long before it was mainstream. So now I'm not going to go deep diving too much into the history. Instead, I want to share what I've personally experienced since arriving here. Nashville offers countless opportunities for musicians to connect, collaborate, and perform. Every year, musicians flock to the city with hopes of making it big. Some, like myself, forming tribute bands and participating in events that celebrate various genres of music. When I arrived, two events really stood out to me. Both were run by incredibly talented drummers. One, Tom Hertz, the other one, David Parks, amongst many other contributors. One was called Loud Jamz, organized by Tom Hertz. This event brought together musicians from some of the world's biggest bands to perform covers of classic tracks and deep cuts. So it served two key purposes: to create networking opportunities and showcase the immense talent of Nashville musicians, as well as earn money for a variety of different charities. It had the infectious vibe, like if you played well enough, someone important might notice you and offer you a gig. One of the other events was Nashville Drummers Jam. It was co-hosted by both Tom and David. This paid tribute to legendary drummers like John Bonham, Stuart Copeland, of course the great Neil Peart, and Alex Van Halen. This community-driven event that made newcomers like me feel pretty good, feel right at home. It was a good opportunity to be seen. A lot of people went and signed on to these, just were in awe of their favorite drummers that they saw on Modern Drummer magazine or other places, performing songs that we all loved, seeing them without the context of their original groups that they played in. The birth of Rare Hare. One musician took this inspiration and ran with it, and his name was Tyson Leslie. Tyson and I hit it off right away, sharing the same passion for something great, something very creative, but also brought the community together. So we all had that same mindset. It was like like-minded people found each other. And that's another thing about Nashville. That's a great thing about how this community has just been thriving through like-minded people. Tyson wanted to focus on rock and metal, but not just any metal. We're talking about hardcore deep cuts and B-sides. Only things that fans would know. It started there, but then led to more recognizable cuts and things that more people knew more widely, songs you would hear on the radio, but first started with the deep cut thing. So that's how Rare Hare was born. The event, named after an obscure Hanna-Barbera character called Gossamer, had now grown to become one of the cornerstones of Nashville's rock and metal scene. Rare Hare inspired a wave of similar gatherings, including Grunge Night, run by brothers Jim and Jack Ivins. Now on its 12th show, time flies, man, let me tell you. And also Nash Jam and many others. Each one had kind of different offerings as far as the history of music's concerned. These events have created a vibrant, supportive scene where musicians can showcase their talents, meet like-minded people, and simply have a fun time playing music. I always add that musicians are like little kids that aspire to live out their childhood fantasies and dreams and pretend they're the ones playing with their heroes. We're the ones, I'm Neil Peart, I'm John Bonham, and this gives the perfect opportunity. We're all just big kids at heart. They even spread to cruise ships and different other cities, further solidifying Nashville's reputation as a diverse, a dynamic musical hub. One of the things I love most about this scene is its tight-knit community feel. It's not uncommon that you'd see names like Chris Daughtry, Lizzie Hale, and members of Bon Jovi attending. People that you would not believe would show up to these events were there, and all of a sudden we're seeing them play cover songs. It was a great thing, and still is a beautiful thing to see. Everyone is here for the same reason, for the love of music. Thanks to events like Loud Jamz and Rare Hare, Nashville's rock and metal scene continue to grow and thrive. Also, tribute bands have popped up all over town, celebrating everyone from, say, Korn to Limp Bizkit to Pink Floyd and Bad Religion. Personally, I've started my own tribute bands, and I too indulge in the opportunity to quickly put together some of Nashville's top talents and celebrate these brands the right way. We're bridging the past and future. I believe this desire to honor the great bands of the past has filled a void in today's music scene. By paying homage to these legendary artists, we're not only keeping their music alive, but we're also inspiring the next generation of musicians ahead of us. Nashville has become a place where the past meets the future, and it shows no signs of slowing down. It's ever evolving and changing. It's totally Music City now. Can you name any other cities like this? Truly? I'd love to see in the comments section if you have any thoughts on what's better than Nashville as far as music is concerned. My final thoughts. All in all, we've built something special here. A thriving, ever-growing community of musicians and music lovers alike. Thousands of people from music schools all across the country are coming here to make a living at this. There's only like Nashville, LA, and New York for the meccas of music. Nashville is the #1 spot where people come from all over to come here. So think about how many schools that is around the country and the world, all coming here to get the same opportunity. It's pretty crazy. It's an obvious choice for many, and it's apparent each and every year as Nashville just keeps growing and growing and growing. So whether you are new to town or a longtime resident, there's no shortage of opportunities to get involved, play, and connect. I've made the best friends here, and it's been proven. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you attended any of these events? Have they helped you in any way? Are you thinking of moving to Nashville to be a part of this scene? Let's keep the conversation going in the comments. This is Mark Ali, and I will see you in the next video. Stay safe out there, keep your head on a swivel, and we will see you at one of these events. We got many coming up this year. Please, don't forget. Do the things. Yeah, I'm not gonna say it. Do the things. And good night.